I want to tell you a story. About 20 years ago, I moved to Nashville, Tennessee, hoping to make it. The real reason I moved to Nashville, the real excuse initially, was to go to a university here called Belmont University. It's a school that's really good at music and has a really good music business program. But those first 4 years of being in Nashville, my focus wasn't so much on learning as much as it was on being heard by the right people. And the thing is, I thought I was pretty close at times, but I kind of laugh and I chuckle now because my friends in school, they weren't much different from me. We all just thought we were inches away from our big break. For example, there was that time when some big, important person was coming to hear us at a writer's night. Or there was that one time when someone prominent and important offered to help me record some of my songs. There was that time when some LA bigwig heard one of my friends on a cruise ship and she thought she got discovered. There was that time when a prominent CCM artist offered to introduce us to a well-known PR company. I thought that there would be one singular moment when my life would change and I would finally make it. But as it turns out, it's been the seemingly small things that have helped me out the most over time. I heard this great quote by a guy named Andy Pizza recently. I've mentioned Andy on some of my past videos. He has an amazing podcast called The Creative Pep Talk, and I highly recommend it. But whenever I heard him say this thing, I just thought, dang, I really wish that I had really heard this 20 years ago. He said, quit hoping to make it and just go figure out how to make it happen. Quit looking for your big break and just go start breaking stuff. Again, I wish I had heard that sooner, but I feel like I stumbled upon the truth of that quote just as I was going about my artistic, creative life over the last 20 years. And the more I realized that somebody isn't going to swoop in, and I don't have time to sit around and wait for that to happen, even if it is going to happen. Once I got out of school, I still wanted to make it, and I still wanted someone to discover me. And over the years, I've had moments where I thought, this is my big break. You know, I've met with record labels, I've written songs with some of my heroes, and I signed a publishing deal. But you want to know what's helped me out more than any of those big moments combined? It's that I needed to pay off my student loans. I needed to pay rent. And over the years, I've needed to continue to support my growing family. I haven't accomplished everything that I would have liked to accomplish, but I'm really grateful that 20 years later, I'm still writing songs in Nashville, I'm still recording them, and I'm still sharing them with a growing audience. And the craziest part of it all is that I'm making a pretty decent living doing this music thing. Just by simple necessity, I realized that I had to go out there and I had to break some stuff. I had to just try some things, I had to make some things, and I just had to go out and share my songs. And it was a few years ago that I realized that I don't need to make it anymore because I'm doing the thing that I came to Nashville to do. I am creating the work that I love to create, and I'm sharing it with an audience of people that enjoy the things that I make. And I'm making an income from it. I have made a career off of doing my creative work. I don't need to have a big break anymore. I'm just out here making it happen, and I feel really good about that. It feels a lot better than just sitting around waiting for someone to approve of me and scoop in and make my life happen, and sitting around feeling like I'm not good enough or what I have to contribute to the world isn't good enough if one person doesn't discover me. It's true that there are opportunities that lead to bigger opportunities, but at this point in my life, I'm convinced that the idea of having a big break is really a myth. And anyone that seems to have a big break has spent a long time going out there and making it happen. Most of the people that I know who have ended up becoming really big and really successful by anyone's standards, you think that they just were discovered overnight, but in reality, they've been out there working hard. They've been sharing a lot of stuff that has gone nowhere. They've just been going out and breaking things, trying everything that they can until finally one opportunity leads to the next, to the next, to the next, and all of a sudden someone has a big break. But it's not the kind of thing where someone is just discovered overnight and then their life is made and they arrive and they make it because they're the one out of a million that just happens to be good enough. If that even does really happen, it's super rare. And it's just not the way that most creatives go about building a creative career. If you want to build a creative career, one of the best things that you can do is to just go out there and make it happen. Go out there and try things. Go out there and share your creative work with the world and get better and better and better along the way and build an audience. That is way more productive than sitting around hoping to make it. I know I've mentioned this before, and I'm going to be a broken record probably a lot on this channel. But the most productive thing you can do is not go out there and try to gain the attention of someone that will make your life happen. The most productive thing that you can do is to go out there and share your work with people who are going to be your fans, people who will love your creative work, people who will buy from you, people that will engage in the creative work that you're making and thank you for it. Austin Kleon has two concepts that relate to what we're talking about. One of them is the arrival fallacy, and it's just this thing that us creators do where we believe that we're going to arrive one day, that we're going to finally be crowned a triumphant hero and live happily ever after. But what you find as a creative is even if you reach the pinnacle of what you're hoping and dreaming, what you're just going to find on the other side of that is more work, more of the same work, more pressure to continue to hold your audience's attention, more pressure to make even better work than you've made before. All creatives struggle with this. And so one of the ways to really fight against this arrival fallacy, to fight against this idea that you're going to eventually make it someday, is to live into what he calls a Groundhog Day, which is just living into doing the creative work over and over and over again, finding a way to be satisfied with a creative life, making what you make because you love it and connecting with an audience who will love it as well, and just finding a lot of joy and contentment in that. And that doesn't, to me, at all mean not growing. Continue to grow your audience, continue to expand your reach, continue to try to make the best stuff that you can make for those people. Continue to try to earn as much as you can from your creative work. Grow your creative career. I believe in all of that. But I think that we will better lean into truly growing our creative careers when we let go of this idea that we're going to arrive. And I think that we will guard ourselves from a lot of unnecessary burnout and a lot of unnecessary disillusionment if we let go of the idea of getting discovered, of making it, of arriving, of having the right people finally hear us so that they can make our dreams and our life happen. So I'm looking at you, because you are the person who needs to hear this today, that you should just go out there and you should figure out how to make it happen. You should figure out how to do your best creative work, how to go out there and share it with people. And if you want a creative career, go out there and figure out how to make it happen, because in 2024, there are more options on how to do that than ever before. We live in an amazing time to be a creative because we are literally able to connect with the world. We are literally able to share our creative works with the world. Is it something that's going to happen overnight? No, it's going to take time. It's going to take effort. It's going to take consistency of going out there and showing people what you have to contribute to the world. Different kinds of artists, different kinds of creatives are going to grow at different rates and for different reasons. Please don't hear me saying that this is easy. It's not necessarily easy. It's just possible. And so if you have a creative dream in your heart, then you should just know that it's possible for you to go and build a creative career off of what you do. You don't have to put all of your eggs in the basket of one person finding you, and you have to put all your eggs in the basket of making it. You have a lot of options for how to build a creative career, and that is really exciting if you want to really go out there and you want to work for it and you want to enjoy the Groundhog Day-ness of creating and connecting with an audience. What I found to be true, even in Nashville with a lot of creatives, is that they have a lot of desire and they have creative longing and they have creative dreams, but they just aren't sure how to take the next step. They're not really sure how to get their work out there, how to share with an audience, how to connect with them. And if that's you, I totally get it. And that's really normal. It's okay for you to not know exactly what you should do next. I'm really excited because I'm hoping here very soon, I'm working on some things behind the scenes to help artists like that, to help people like you, to help creatives who just need help figuring out what's next, who just need to know what they should go try next, what they should go break next, how they should try to share and engage with their audience. I love thinking through those things. My brain works that way. I love strategy. I love branding. I love figuring out a game plan for how to take what you do and turn it into a career, turn it into a way to make income and provide for yourself and for the people you love. For a lot of creatives, they have to realize it's probably going to look different than they think it will. It's probably not going to look like someone discovering you. It's probably not going to look like what you picture in your brain as making it. But it actually might be more exciting. It might actually be more fulfilling to realize that you can lean into options that suit you, and to learn that it's super satisfying not to just try to get the approval of one person, but to connect with people who are thanking you for the work that you do and who are benefiting and love and are entertained and who will applaud the work that you do, even if some bigwig person hasn't paid attention to the things that you're doing. Okay, I know I'm ranting at this point. Basically, I just want to encourage you to go out there, make stuff happen. Know that I am working on some things to help you go out there and make things happen. That's coming soon. And I really want to take a second to say that the last 23 days, I have been so encouraged by you watching, by all of your encouraging and meaningful comments. I just wasn't really sure what was going to happen as I just made this YouTube thing happen. As I started this challenge of 30 videos in 30 days, I just thought this could totally fail. I could end up feeling super discouraged at the end of this, and that's just kind of a risk that creative people have to take when they try stuff. But because of you and because of your encouragement, I'm not feeling discouraged. I'm feeling really encouraged, and I just want to thank you for that. Thank you for watching. Thank you for taking time to listen to what I have to say. I hope that it's encouraging to you, and I hope it really helps you. And I hope to continue to help you even past this 30 days as I figure out what's next for this channel, and as I figure out how I'm going to build ways to be valuable to you and help you come up with a plan or learn things that you need to learn in order to press on into the work that you long to do. So yes, thank you. And I'm excited about the future, and go make it happen. And I will see you in tomorrow's video. Bye, friends.